Hi everybody, thanks for tuning in. Today's May the 6th and spring migration is progressing along as expected. We've had some warmer temperatures, some south winds, and as a result most of the birds we would expect to see back by this time are back. Orioles, grosbeaks, and many of the early warblers are back in the area. So I'm just out today trying to find as many birds as I can and enjoy the beautiful sunshine. We've got a beautiful day today, and I'm already seeing several of the migrants that have returned, as well as resident birds as well. So join me. I'm going to try to find and film as many as I can today. So stick around and we'll see what we can see. This is a male towhee. And towhees are just basically big sparrows. They're in the sparrow family. And generally you'll find them on the ground scratching in the leaves for food, like a lot of the other sparrows, but this guy's up doing a little singing. And yeah, he's a male with the rusty breast and sides, dark black back, and red eyes. So here's a yellow warbler foraging on the ground. And they're just kind of a yellow bird, obviously, but the males, which this one is, have those kind of chestnut reddish colored streaks on the breast. This is a gray catbird, and they get their name from their cat-like call. Hopefully the microphone's picking that up. These are usually a tough bird to find. You'll often hear them calling from a real dense thicket like this one, and then locating them can be a real challenge. Here we have a chipmunk. Mourning dove here feeding in the grass. There's actually a pair here. Something else I'm trying to do in my videos is provide a little more information about the birds. Whether it's field marks to look for to help with ID, habitat, or just general information about the birds that I can provide, a little narration as I go along. I'm trying to do that. One thing I'm finding really hard is that the birds don't hold still long enough for my narration. So unless I can learn to talk like an auctioneer, it might be a little bit challenging for me to get a lot of narration in, but I'm going to try to at least provide the bird's name. That way people will know. I had a subscriber ask if I could do that for all of the species and not just the ones that I didn't think were as common. So I'm going to do that. Hopefully everybody can learn a little something from each piece. And if anybody has any suggestions of what you would like to see or things I could do differently, let me know, because I've had some great suggestions so far and I look forward to doing more. So my goal is to put something together that's entertaining and educational. So if there's something you want to see, let me know, and I will do my best to change things up and make it the best for you. This is a yellow-bellied sapsucker. He's actually banging on the yellow pipe of this hydro pole. You can kind of hear a strange tapping sound, and followed my ears, and there he was. This is a female cowbird. They're considered a nuisance by many because they lay their eggs in another bird's nest and leave it up to the other bird to raise their young. Male Baltimore Oriole. So here we have a hermit thrush. And you can identify them by their rusty red tail. So these are May apples. I've shown them in a previous video. But you can see now they're out all the way, fully emerged, big leaves on them. And they just kind of cover the forest floor in a lot of areas. So today what I'm doing is I'm basically just working the edge of this forest and tree line. So on the very edge we've got a dense thicket, some type of shrub here. I'm not exactly sure what they are, but a lot of the birds, the catbirds and thrushes and whatnot, are eating these little red berries. And then a lot of the other birds are kind of further back in. A lot of leaves on the ground. Using my ears to listen, a lot of the white-throated sparrows, towhees, brown thrashers, they're down in the ground thrashing in the leaves, and that's alerting me to their presence. So as I hear the leaves rustling and whatnot, I'll get in position and try to shoot some video or some photos. The problem is you can see how thick this is, so it's incredibly challenging to get photo and video. Photo is easier because if the bird pops up for a second, I can click the shutter and I've got a photo. Video, on the other hand, it's really hard to track the bird, find the bird, so that's proving to be more of a challenge. Other problem is there's a lot of leaf litter on the ground, so not only are the birds making noise, it's hard for me to walk along quietly as I go, so I have to be very careful where I step not to startle the birds. So one tip I'll give you that I always do in a situation like this is sit back, watch the birds, observe their behavior, figure out what they're doing. Are they feeding? Are they calling? And just see what they're doing and find out what way they're traveling. A lot of the birds, especially these yellow warblers, will hop along through here and they're calling, and they'll pop up into the clearing and sing for a little bit, and then down they go in through the thick stuff. So if you get yourself into position for where the birds are going to be and not where they are, you'll probably have a lot better luck. I know I am today, just by positioning myself where I think the bird's going to be based on its direction of travel and its activity. So here, for example, as the birds move through this thick stuff, there's these branches higher up, so quite often they'll pop up there, give a brief call, and then pop down in. So by focusing and pre-focusing on this area and waiting for the birds to appear there, I'm getting more shots and more video as a result. And I think if you do that too, you'll have a lot better success than trying to get a shot of a bird down through here. So remember, just put yourself in a position to get the shot, and based on where the bird's going to be, not where the bird is currently. Here's a chipping sparrow singing. Chipping sparrows can be identified by the rusty red cap and the black line through their eye. Here's a brown thrasher. There's been a lot of these around today, but it's been really challenging to get a photo or video of them because they tend to stay in the thick stuff. This one's out in the open. Beautiful white trilliums in bloom. Nice patch of red trilliums. This particular area is loaded with trilliums, white and red. Yellow warbler. Ruby crowned kinglet. You might be able to hear a cardinal and an oriole singing in the background. Here's the male towhee again. This is more typical towhee behavior on the ground, scratching in the leaves. So here's the male towhee again, scratching around in the leaves. Here's a brown thrasher. I've actually been seeing quite a few of these today, but it's tough to get a photo or a video of them because they stay down in this real thick cover. Hopefully this is focusing okay. Yeah, they're a tricky bird to find because they like the thick cover. They're often down on the ground on the leaves. Like I say, hopefully this is focusing through all the trees okay. This is a phoebe. They're the first of the flycatchers to return every year. They generally come back to our area in April, and they're the easiest flycatcher to identify. They've got a solid black bill, which none of the other flycatchers have, and they also lack an eye ring. So those are a couple features to look for. So here's a brown thrasher again. Like I said, it's tough to get a clear shot of these guys. But this will give you a better idea of the size. They're quite a large bird, about the size of a blue jay. And they're that kind of rusty brown color with long bill, yellow eye, and pretty heavy streaking on their breast and underside. Here's a wood thrush. These are actually listed as a species at risk now in Ontario due to their decline. But here we have a yellow warbler. Thanks everybody for watching. I look forward to getting out more in the coming weeks as migration continues and putting together more vlogs for you guys. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and be sure to click the bell for notifications of new videos when I post them. Until next time, good birding.